Hello everyone, today we are exploring Sydney from the sky, a city where nature, ocean, and architecture blend into one breathtaking masterpiece. As the drone rises over the harbour, Sydney reveals itself like a living postcard. The coastline curves in bright turquoise, waves crashing in slow rhythm against sandstone cliffs that have stood here for millions of years. It's impossible not to feel small, calm, and completely alive at the same time. We glide towards the Sydney Opera House, its white sails glowing under the sun. From above, those curves look even more unreal, almost like giant seashells rising from the water. Circular Quay, the heart of Sydney's harbour, Circular Quay is more than just a transportation hub. It's the historical birthplace of modern Australia. In 1788, it was here that the first fleet arrived, establishing the first European settlement. But long before that, for tens of thousands of years, this land was home to the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, who called this area Warrane. Today, Circular Quay is a lively mix of ferries, cafes, museums, street performers, and tourists from every corner of the world. From sunrise till the last ferry of the night, it feels like the city's bloodstream, constantly moving, constantly alive. Fun facts: one of the busiest passenger ferry terminals in Australia. Over 15 million visitors pass through annually. The quay connects you to Manly, Taronga Zoo, Parramatta, and more. Sydney Harbour Bridge, the Iron Giant. Next, let's look at one of the city's most photographed landmarks, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, known by locals as the coat hanger because of its distinctive shape. History: construction started in 1923 and took 8 years, finishing in 1932. It required around 53,000 tonnes of steel, 6 million rivets, thousands of workers who risked their lives working at extreme heights. When it opened, it was the world's widest long-span bridge and remains one of the largest steel arch bridges in the world. Climbing the bridge, one of Sydney's best experiences is the bridge climb, a guided climb to the very top of the arch. From there, you get a 360 degrees view over the harbour, CBD, Barangaroo, and the Pacific Ocean. Fun facts: the arch expands or contracts up to 18 centimetres due to heat. More than 200 trains cross every day. It cost more than £6 million to build. An enormous figure for the time. Sydney Opera House, a modern architectural masterpiece. No image represents Australia more than the Sydney Opera House. Designed by Danish architect John Utzon, its construction was nothing short of revolutionary. History: design. Utzon's winning design was originally considered impossible to build. It took 14 years and several engineering breakthroughs to complete, finally opening in 1973. The roof shells are inspired by spherical geometry, giving the building its famous sail-like curves. These weren't just artistic, they solved structural and engineering problems that baffled experts for years. Inside the Opera House, it houses 5 main performance venues, a world-class concert hall with 2,679 seats, more than 40 shows every week. It hosts everything from opera and ballet to comedy, theatre, contemporary dance, and even pop concerts. UNESCO World Heritage. In 2007, the Sydney Opera House was officially listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, placing it among the most important cultural structures in the world. Fun facts: over 1 million tiles cover the roof. The site attracts over 10 million visitors a year. The lighting during Vivid Sydney transforms it into a massive digital artwork. Travel tips for this area: 1. Best time to visit: sunrise and sunset offer the best lighting for photos and aerial footage. Nighttime is perfect for long exposure shots of ferries and illuminated buildings. 2. Getting around: the train drops you directly at Circular Quay station. Ferries are the fastest way to see the harbour. Walking from Circular Quay to the rocks takes only a few minutes. 3. Best photo spots: Mrs. Macquarie's chair for Opera House Bridge in one frame. Dawes Point Park under the Harbour Bridge, Campbell's Cove for cinematic sunrise shots, the Cahill Walk above Circular Quay Station for aerial-style views. 4. Budget tips: Opera House tours can be expensive, but outdoor viewing is free. Use the Opal card for cheaper public transport. Ferries are cheaper than harbour cruises and often give better views. Sydney is one of those cities where the light changes everything. So if you're filming or exploring, aim for early morning or late afternoon. The sun hits the Opera House differently at each angle, and from the air the reflections off the harbour create a completely different mood. If you're shooting near Bondi or Manly, The wind picks up fast, so always expect stronger gusts than the forecast says. Coastal weather shifts quickly here. Sydney looks big on the map, but once you're inside it, everything feels surprisingly close. Ferries are one of the best ways to move around and get cinematic footage at the same time. The Manly Ferry especially gives one of the best skyline views. If you want nature shots, head slightly inland toward the Royal National Park or the Blue Mountains. It takes less than 2 hours to go from dense city streets to untouched wilderness filled with waterfalls, cliffs, and valleys. When capturing the city from above, keep in mind how bright the sand is around Bondi and how dark the ocean becomes on cloudy days. This contrast can make your footage look more dramatic than you planned, so adjusting exposure helps a lot. For drone shots near the harbour, mornings are almost always calmer. Afternoon winds and boat traffic can make aerial footage shaky. If you're just visiting and not filming, the same tips apply. Start early, avoid the midday rush, and always carry water. Sydney is humid in summer and surprisingly cold in the shade in winter. Locals are relaxed, helpful, and used to visitors, so asking for directions or recommendations is always easy. And if you explore neighbourhoods like Newtown, Surrey Hills, or Balmain, you'll see a side of the city that feels more local and artsy, far from the tourist areas. Sydney always rewards you if you take your time with it. Slow walks by the harbour, unplanned day tours through small coastal trails, and ferry rides you didn't expect to take often become the best parts of the day. Just a short distance away, the harbour bridge stretches across the blue. Carrying thousands of people every day while silently watching over the harbour it has guarded for nearly a century. Moving along the shoreline, the drone sweeps past Circular Quay and the Rocks, where the modern city meets its older soul. Skyscrapers mirror the sky, ferries cut through the harbour, and the whole scene feels like the heartbeat of Australia captured in one frame. Next, the drone heads east. The cliffs of South Head and the waves of Bondi begin to appear. Raw, powerful nature right next to the city. From this height, Bondi's curve is perfect, almost mathematical. Surfers look like tiny dots riding lines of white foam, while the ocean shifts through shades of blue you don't even see in paintings. Further inland, the scene softens. Lush green parks, winding rivers, and layers of national parks surrounding Sydney create a balance that makes the city feel peaceful despite its size. Nature isn't just around Sydney, it lives inside it. As the drone pulls back for one final wide shot, the entire metropolis sits between ocean and forest, glowing under the Australian sun. A reminder of how lucky we are to experience a place like this, and how much beauty is waiting just outside our routine. From Manly to Palm Beach, this coastline is where golden sand, cliffs, surf culture, and relaxed Aussie living all come together. Stay till the end, and don't forget to subscribe. Introduction to the Northern Beaches. The Northern Beaches cover a long stretch of coastline starting from Manly and extending all the way to Palm Beach, around 30 kilometres of uninterrupted beaches, headlands, national parks, and beachside suburbs. This whole area is famous for its crystal clear water, world-class surf, breaks, family-friendly beaches, and a lifestyle that feels like a permanent holiday. History: before European settlement, this land was home to the Guringai Aboriginal people who lived along the cliffs. Rock shelters and lagoons for thousands of years. Many Aboriginal rock engravings and middens still exist in the region today, especially around North Head, Palm Beach, and Narrabeen Lagoon. European settlers arrived in the early 1800s, but the Northern Beaches remained isolated for decades because of poor roads. This isolation helped preserve its quiet, village-like character even as Sydney grew. Today, the Northern Beaches are considered one of the most desirable places to live in Australia. Manly, the gateway to the Northern Beaches. Manly is the southern entrance to the region and one of Sydney's most famous beaches. Highlights: Manly Beach, wide, golden, perfect for surfing. Shelley Beach, calm waters, great for snorkeling. The Corso, shops, cafes, and a lively atmosphere. North Head, panoramic ocean and city views. The iconic Manly Ferry offers one of the world's most scenic boat rides across the harbour, giving you postcard views of the Opera House and Harbour Bridge. Manly Fun Facts: one of the first places where surfing competitions started in Australia, fairy penguins occasionally nest around the harbour side. Named Manly because Captain Arthur Phillip. described the Aboriginal men here as manly in appearance. Freshwater, birthplace of Australian surfing. Just north of Manly is Freshwater Beach, where Hawaiian surfer Duke Kahanamoku introduced modern surfing to Australia in 1915. There's even a statue of Duke overlooking the beach. Freshwater is loved for clean waves, a beautiful ocean pool, a relaxed local vibe. DY, the social centre. DY is one of the most vibrant suburbs in the northern beaches. Why people love DY? Long sandy beach ideal for walking, a massive ocean pool. Cafes and restaurants right on the waterfront, great for families, swimmers, and beginners learning to surf. Narrabeen, the surfing capital. Narrabeen is famous worldwide for its powerful surf break. The North Narrabeen Left, considered one of the best waves in Australia and a training ground for many pro surfers. Features: Narrabeen Lagoon, great for kayaking and paddleboarding. Stunning sunsets over the lake, a huge beach stretching for kilometres. Local surf culture and competitions. Mona Vale, the Twin Pools. Mona Vale is one of the most visually stunning beaches, especially from the air. Its two rock pools, connected by a narrow stretch of sand, are a favourite spot for drone photography and swimmers. Newport, Bilgola, Avalon, the boutique beaches. Newport, popular for windsurfing, trendy, cafes, and a strong community vibe. Bilgola, an intimate, hidden beach with turquoise water and a dramatic backdrop of cliffs. Quiet, peaceful. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe for more.